And it's wonderful to see a packed crowd here in Kolkata, the city of dreams, the city of joy, and the city of the most beautiful people in this country. Thank you so much. Welcome to the 27th edition of the Devi Awards, the fourth in Kolkata, from the New Indian Express. We hold these awards in the shadow of a terrible tragedy that reminds us again of the inhumanity that surrounds us. A promising young life has been cut short. A young woman who only wanted to serve and heal people has been brutally assaulted and slain. She thought her workplace would be a safe space, as it ought to have been. It was not. May I request you all to observe a 2-minute silence for all the dreams that were vanquished with her. Thank you for your patience and your kindness. May I also request you to keep her alive in your memories. It should fuel your rage. It should also fuel your purpose. Let this not happen again and again and yet again. At the Devi Awards, I'd like you all to focus on the three Devis we worship: Parvati, Saraswati, Lakshmi, signifying power, wisdom, and prosperity. But we live in an age of binaries. For everything sacred, there is the profane. For everything light, there is darkness. For everything that symbolizes freedom, there is also fear. But why should that be? Why should our young women have to live in a world where streets are awash with the possibility of death, where seminar halls can be where the wicked reign, where homes can be where danger lurks? I'd like to take a moment to tell you a little about the New Indian Express and its commitment to the empowerment of women here, ensuring women have not just equal opportunity, but also social support, safety, and security. Tonight, I urge you to remember that, but also to celebrate what women can achieve when their true potential is unleashed. We have 13 extraordinary women who have often overcome enormous challenges, personal, social, and cultural, to stand before you today as accomplished dancers, filmmakers, healers, painters, and activists. May we have a round of applause for them. You will hear much more about them today. I also would like to thank our sponsors who've supported us throughout: the Adani Group, Life Insurance Corporation of India, Senco Gold and Diamonds, Radico Khaitan, Oli, Active Ayurveda, Ahuja Sons, Selwell One. I'd also like to welcome Ms. Priti Irani, our chief guest for today. Thank you, ma'am, for coming all the way from Delhi. May I request Mr. Prabhu Chawla, editorial director, the New Indian Express, to welcome Ms. Irani. We have a small video as well that we'd like to play for her, of her, and for her. May we have the video, please?
I'd read a very interesting quote once that if you're a woman, you need to behave like a lady, look like a girl, work like a horse, and think like a man.
Thank you. Mr. Chawla, may we have you on stage to welcome Ms. Irani? Not that Ms. Irani needs any introduction, but I will still do it. She's a woman who's excelled as an actor, as a politician, and most importantly, as a champion of other women. She has been in the public eye for the past 24 years and shown tremendous resilience while doing so. She's been through good times and bad, but never backed down and never been afraid to do battle again. If there's one person you'd like on your side if you're in a battle, I think it would be her. She sailed forth from Delhi to Mumbai as a young woman to make her life in the city of dreams and return to the capital to reimagine herself with great courage and chutzpah. In her last portfolio of women and child development, she walked the talk on Nari Shakti on several occasions. Welcome, ma'am, and thank you for being with us. Thank you. Please do be seated. May I now request Sarmistha Ghoshal, Deputy Editor, Indulge, who can make anything happen in the city, like this wonderful crowd, to brief us about the magazine that spotlights Kolkata's brightest and most beautiful, many of whom were here, and thank you so much for being here. Sarmistha, may I request you to join us on stage? Thank
you. Good evening, everybody, all of you. My heartfelt thanks. Celebration of women empowerment is not only an indicator of progress in any modern society, but it also is a necessity in dark times that our beloved city unfortunately symbolizes in the current context. We in Indulge do not believe in thumping our chests. You would not see a single outdoor communication of ours anywhere in the city. But you will find our sprightly colleagues with their gentle nudge and disarming smile present at your door or on the other side of the telephone, even at somewhat ungodly hours, to get your responses on many things that you might do or think. Indulge is not frivolity. We have eschewed the fluff and hyperbole in favor of substance. We strive to do stories that are spoken about, and our fashion shoots, thanks to the incredibly talented photographers and makeup artists who have turned them into reference points, do stand out in the crowd. Indulge is all about putting style into life, something that we have kept learning from our Devis every year. If the achievement of these wonderful ladies in this room reaffirms our resolve to fight the evil forces that raise their hand on women, this evening would not have gone in vain. Thank you for all indulging in us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sarmistha. That was wonderful. May I now request Ms. Irani, Mr. Chawla, and Ms. Lakshmi Menon, CEO, the New Indian Express, to light the lamp. May we have you on stage, please? I have to tell you a few things about Mr. Chawla. I've had the privilege of knowing him for the past 34 years, and I can vouch for the fact that he's always supported women in the workplace, regardless of their ideological leanings or the baggage of their background. He looks at people's work through a pure professional lens while also retaining his humanity, which I can assure you is not an easy thing to do in journalism today. Under him, women have flourished as editors, as CEOs, and as department heads. Ms. Menon and I are examples of it. Ms. Menon is proof that the New Indian Express believes in recognizing talent and drive, regardless of gender. As CEO, she leads from the front with no detail too small or minor to pay attention to. Could we have a round of applause for both of them? All three of them, actually. Wonderful. Thank you, everyone. And now on to the main show. May I request Ms. Irani to address us? Come to the podium and address us, say a few words. Yeah. And then we'll do a conversation. Oh, sure. Great. Even better. So, I have to ask you this. You're here at a time when I think the city has never been more broken than it is today and at this time. And there's so many young women and men out there on the streets protesting against, clearly, what is a violation of their right to live. How do you feel?
This is not an evening for speeches. And that is why, irrespective of his insistence, I said, let me just limit myself to a conversation. I think the tragedy of this evening is multifold. You're in a city where I have part of my ancestry. We celebrate Devi. We are here to celebrate unique women, their achievements. We are here to celebrate their lives, but we do it in the shadow of death. We are here to celebrate their kindness, their journey, but we are here in the shadow of brutality. Now the dichotomy is, can you truly celebrate? But then the question is that not what perpetrators of crime want? That you don't celebrate a woman's potential, that you don't celebrate a woman's tenacity, that you don't celebrate her life's journey. So today we come together at a time with mixed feelings. I had the opportunity of meeting all your awardees backstage. Normally when achievers are publicly hailed, they glow. Every female achiever I saw backstage smiled but lifelessly. But what is the burden women share, irrespective of their geography? We are expected to carry on. So every achiever here, you celebrate her success, her contribution. Imagine the time she has been alone. Imagine the time that she has failed. Imagine the time when she was told, you can't do this. Imagine the time she was humiliated, she was laughed at. I was in two minds, hoping to tell Prabhu, sir, don't call this the Devi Awards anymore. Because women across the country say, Just let us live. Not be brutalized only because we want to go to work. Not look over our shoulders when we sit in a cab or take a bag and hide our chest and our bottoms. That's all women want to do, irrespective of their age. You showed my mother's clip, and I think every woman here must have been told by her mother somewhere or the other in her life's journey, don't go out at night, don't go after sunset, don't laugh too much, smile too much.
Or attract attention to yourself.
Don't smile too much, don't laugh too much at work. Don't talk back if somebody is trying to hound you. The question is, has that advice changed for women of my generation when we look at young girls? It has not. So I am, for the first time, my association with the Devi Award is old, it's not new. I always come to this platform with a sense of joy. It is for the first time that I come with a broken heart.
And I think the broken heart is mirrored in the audience and elsewhere as well.
As a politician, when we discussed the law a decade ago, I was there as a political activist on the state, on the streets, with the mother of Nirbhaya for years on end. My question is, how many more candle marches do we need? It is not about our region, our religion, our politics. Whoever raped that woman never asked her who she voted for, never asked her what her religion was. She was raped because she was a woman. So I think the sense of rage that you feel in the country, you have in your opening remarks said, feed the rage. The question is, for how many more generations of women are we continue to sustain the rage? I also believe, as somebody who's been in a court of law, standing unnamed, yet known to everybody in a court of law, that Smriti Irani is standing there, with 4 men as perpetrators of the crime that I'm trying to bring them to book to close to now a decade. And I did that even as a minister. I stood there in court. Imagine what a rape victim has to go through to relive that brutality every time she appears in court, every time an investigator comes to her. How many girls report molestation, eve teasing, all because they just don't want to get harassed? How many women at work say, "Jaane de," when somebody would just put that hand on that shoulder inappropriately and it is not done? So I think that while, and this is to all the lady achievers who will come on stage today, you are a reason for many young girls to celebrate potential. Keep fighting the good fight. Imagine they are dancers, they are singers, they are actors amongst you, media personalities. Women are also humiliated because of the vocation they have. An actress is not supposed to have a point of view that is valid. A singer is not supposed to be given the dignity that she deserves. A filmmaker is told, tell a story which rings the caste registers and does not tell the stories of human grief or potential. So for me, Kaveri, this is the first time I come broken. I have fought the fights on the street and in parliament. And I still have to find something inside me to tell women who listen to me, carry on, because there is a generation of young women who are turning to me and say, for how long? For how long? And there's nobody in this audience who can give any young woman, old woman, a definite answer to that. Because a woman is getting raped at 60, at 30, at 6, at 12, at 20, at 30, 40. There is no limit to her age. There is no limit to the brutality. I am at a crossroad of life where I have to look at a generation of young girls. And all of us in the room are being asked by those young girls. How long?
In fact, that was going to be my question. What do you tell women of the next generation? What hope can we hold out for them?
That don't be ashamed if you're a victim of violence. That don't be ashamed to speak out when somebody is inappropriate. You will be called adjust nahi karti. You will be called arrogant. You will be called difficult. I say hell with it. So don't stop. And if you want to help a woman, a young girl, help her find a good lawyer, help her find a good counselor, help her find support within her family, within her society. That's the greatest help you can give a young woman or any woman who's a victim of violence. Help her get back on her feet. There is a lot of sympathy, a lot of conversation when a crime is discovered. But the horror persists as long as the case persists in a court of law. So if you know such a victim who's had the courage to report a crime and to fight it in a court of law, can you find the time to go and stand with her when she's been questioned in a court about not only the crime but also what she was wearing, what she was doing, how many men she knows? What was she doing at that time of the day, at that precise location? If you can find that, to just stand there with her, to tell her, it's okay, I'm here. That's the greatest service you do for any woman.
I think that's a wonderful suggestion, and I think we should really applaud that, because I empathize with what you're saying. I think the kind of, it's almost an invisible stripping of the woman in a court of law.
It is not invisible when it is in court.
Yeah, it's visible.
Because I have been stripped in court.
Yeah.
So let me tell you, it happens, does not matter. Imagine a doctor brutalized. A generation of women were told that get a good job and everything will be okay. Become a doctor, an engineer, a mantri, and everything will be okay. I have to turn to a generation to say it does not end.
Would you like to tell us a little more about your own experience?
No.
No, not at this moment.
No, because every woman in this room has a story.
Oh yes, that is true. I don't think there's a single woman who's not been subjected to it.
Every woman in this room has a story. Some speak about it, some don't speak about it. And when you start speaking, you suddenly realize, oh, even she went through it.
Yeah.
So today is also a day to celebrate women who, irrespective of their struggles, had the courage to speak up and say, this was done to me. Because as a woman achieves more, her silence becomes more evident.
Yeah.
So if people think they are unnerved because you speak, I say speak, hell with them. If people think that you are being too aggressive pursuing justice for yourself or somebody else, do it. You have one life. Live with it, with your own conviction, with your head held high, and say, I wanted to live it this way.
I think we've spoken a lot about women. What do we do about the men?
Why are women supposed to do something about the men? That is my question.
Why can't they do something about themselves?
Why? Every conversation comes to what should men do? What are they, kids? Have you ever seen a victim of a crime and her supporters telling what men should do? Don't they know? Kaveri, I just met people outside and I said, a woman after doing 36 hours of duty, how many of us who do not have possibly a life where you've had the luxury of going back home in your own car, honestly tell me how many of us can go to sleep in a taxi if we are alone in the cab? How many women here today have traveled in a bus, a tram, a train, if they're traveling alone on a train journey, not slept the whole night, not because they were protecting their suitcase, but because they were protecting some part of themselves which they didn't want felt up. How many women on a train or in a public space don't go to the loo? So I think that, is the law tougher? Yes. The penalty is death. How tough could we have gotten? The penalty for rape is life imprisonment till the rapist is alive.
So is it just that we don't adhere to the law, we take it casually, or we just...
Do you think it was casual that a mob came and broke the hospital down? Do you think, can you imagine the parent had to put up a petition in the High Court saying 150 mg of semen in my daughter's body? Can you just imagine the parent who signed that petition? Who is shown the daughter's body and finds pelvis broken, legs broken, eyes bleeding, vagina bleeding. And the strength of those parents to say, I don't want compensation, I want justice. And that is why I say, let's forget the tera rape versus mera rape wala politics. Just look at the victim. Can you imagine that parent signing that document as to what they saw when they first saw their daughter dead? Everybody who is standing up now needs to keep the vigil on. Because those who don't want you to stand up want the noise to die down and for you to forget. Question is, how many more do we have to forget?
"12 years ago, we were in the same situation with Nirbhaya."
Like I said, the law got tougher. It is the death penalty. A rapist went home and went to sleep. Protesters got attacked. So still, my apologies to all the female achievers who are here today. This was supposed to be your evening. But I'm sure everybody that I met backstage feels the rage. But let me tell them, they are somebody's hope, they are somebody's inspiration. And irrespective of all the challenges, it is incumbent upon us to find more and more women who have achieved and who have lived to showcase their achievement.
And who've talked about their challenges openly. I think that's very important because it isn't easy.
I celebrate the achievers because they are alive.
Yeah. That in itself says something.
No, they are alive in many aspects, not only their breath, but they are alive in their craft. They are alive in their contribution. Their life is not limited to their physical self. They are alive in their journeys, in the inspiration that they are.
Let's change tacks a little and ask you about your stint as Women and Child Development Minister.
Don't get the
a little
politics
bit.
in.
No, a little bit. I want to know that you achieved a lot. You from a food atlas to the Center for Women's Leadership. Is there something that you felt was left undone?
Never. What I wanted to do, I did. They say a man's got to do what a man's got to do. A woman's got to do what a man can't. So I did.
I think that's very well said.
Well, that's not my quote, that's somebody else's.
But Originality is highly overrated. Originality is the art of concealing sources, by the way.
Somebody who's had a creative background and understands the promise of IPR, let's give the credit where it's due.
You've also fought many battles. Some
Yes.
you've won, some you've lost. What has the biggest learning for you been?
I think that not every battle can be won. But what you can do is walk away from a battle still with a human heart throbbing, with still your values intact. What is interesting is, in my life's journey, I have realized those on the battlefield say, "Ye वापस आएगी." And I think that reflects how I'm perceived by those who seek to battle with me. When you have the respect of your competitor and your enemy, or whoever chooses to battle with you, I think that is life's greatest glory. Because when you go into battle, there is a lot of animosity.
Yeah.
But when you walk away from the battlefield and you still have your competitor's respect, I think that truly is an achievement for a soldier.
What gives you so much courage? What gives you sustenance? I mean, there must be moments when you feel hopeless.
No.
No? Are there any dark moments
I'm a
in
woman.
Smriti?
I'm a woman. I can't afford to be hopeless. I've had, Kaveri, the greatest of blessings of God. I have seen New Delhi from the footpath as a child of a bookseller. And I have seen the national capital from the Rashtrapati Bhavan with Draupadi Murmu. Nobody in 48 years has had such a splendid journey. The issue is that this is just the first step of the ladder. There is much more to life and to live.
Which brings me to my obvious question. What is the next chapter in Smriti?
Well, I'll let you know when I'm done writing it, so that you can read it splendidly.
But what is the focus going to be? What are you going to do now? Which battle are you going to pick for yourself?
Like I said, my 2.5-decade career in the media has taught me to keep my friends in the media on the tenterhooks. So this is an evening for female achievers, for women who have inspired, and also a tribute to women who have been awarded before on this very platform.
You've attended one such thing.
I have. I've had the privilege of standing with such achievers shoulder to shoulder. It is another blessing that I consider I've had in my life. There was a time in our society when women achievers were not aplenty. The fact that today your folder is 2-page gives me hope that very soon the next award will have 3 pages filled with achievers who will be celebrated on this podium.
Wonderful. Smriti Irani talked of keeping the media on its toes. I have to tell you that my big toe is broken, so maybe I won't be on my toes.
And I'm not responsible for it. Let it be clarified.
Mr. Chawla, would you like to ask Ms. Irani a question?
No, he has survived me in 8 interviews. I think he's done with interviewing me. He does not have the gumption to survive the 9th.
But it's been an absolute pleasure to speak to you and to understand what drives you and motivates you. And I was wondering, that 18-year-old who went to Mumbai, just not listening to anyone and said that I'm going to do what I have to do, would she do it again the same way?
Absolutely. I am what I am because of my successes, my failures, and all the botheration in between.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And we'll get back to the rest of the ceremony. I'll go back to my position on
With your broken toe?
Yes, with my big toe. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Can I go back down?
Great. That was Ms. Irani, as always, frank and candid and also quite funny at times. May I now request Mr. Chawla to join us on stage to help Ms. Irani to give away the awards. Mr. Chawla, please join us. And now to the awards ceremony. I'll be calling out the names. We'll play short videos to tell you of the wonderful achievers who've assembled here. And then I would request the Devis to join us on stage one by one to receive their awards and say a few words. And let's celebrate you. We've had enough of somberness. A round of applause as we begin the Devi Awards. A round of applause. Our first Devi of the evening is Subhashree Ganguly, this wonderful actor, for the beauty and emotional intelligence she brings to the screen every time. May we have the video, please?
Picture of versatility, Subhashree Ganguly, actor. Since her win in a reality series in 2006, Subhashree Ganguly has built her career in acting with hard work and tenacity. Not one to give up, the beautiful actor ruled the box office with super hit films like Challenge, Poran Jai Joliyare, Boss, Khoka Babu, among others. The actor further developed her skills and started exploring more meaningful cinema, where she made a noticeable impact with her performances in films like Porinita, Dharmojuddho, Bodhi Canteen, and Habji Gabji. Subhashree won the award for the Best Actor Female Critics Regional at the Streaming Academy Awards for her outstanding OTT debut act in the web series Indubala Bhater Hotel. Subhashree's powerful and emotive depiction of Indubala resonated deeply with viewers, cementing her status as a versatile and talented actor. She will soon be seen in Raj Chakraborty's upcoming film Babli, besides other projects.
Subhashree, may we have you on stage, please? The lovely Subhashree Ganguly. Yeah, would be nice. Yeah. We could do the awards, and then I'd like to ask Subhashree what does she feel as an actor playing so many different characters, and what's the best part of it?
It's okay.
It's a problem of plenty.
Good evening. Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. And I'm really honored and grateful. But again, we are coming back to that point only. Not happy. We all are broken. So today, definitely I am very happy to receive this award, but I cannot celebrate this. I really want to thank the entire team of Kabiredi and Indian Express, Sarmistha, of course. I will just take some time. Sometimes I dare to write some things, আমার মনের কিছু অভিব্যক্তি। সো আমি একটা ছোট্ট লেখা লিখেছি, আপনাদের সবাইকে পড়তে চাই। যারা বাংলা বোঝেন না তাদেরকে অলরেডি আমি সরি জানাচ্ছি, বাট আই ওয়ান্ট টু রিড ইট। দেবী রূপে জন্মাইনি আমি, নারী রূপে জন্মেছি। তবে নারী রূপী দেবীকে পুজো হতে দেখেছি। নারী শক্তি নাড়া লাগাও তোমরা। নারী শক্তি নাড়া লাগাও তোমরা। বলে দিয়েছো আমাদেরকে কি পড়বো না, কিভাবে চলবো, কিভাবে থামবো, কিভাবে দেখবো, কি শিখবো, সেটাও নাকি মাপকাঠি আছে, বেঁধে দিয়েছো তোমরা। শত লাঞ্ছনা, শত যন্ত্রণা সহ্য করেও আমরা সৃষ্টি করা থামাইনি। সৃষ্টি যেদিন থামবে জেনে রেখো রক্ত বৃষ্টি নামবে। গর্জে উঠবো সবাই মিলে, সমাজ করব তিলে তিলে, যে সমাজে নারীরাও পাবে দেবীর মতো সম্মান। থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ। থ্যাংক ইউ।
Wonderful. As I said, beauty and emotional intelligence as well. Thank you so much, Subhashree, and all the
Thank
best.
you. Thank you.
May I request you to leave from that side so that, yeah, from that side of the stage. From that side of the stage, yes. That's what I've been instructed to tell you. Thank you so much. Our next Devi is Barnali Chattopadhyay, singer, for the power and poetry of her voice. May we have the video, please?
The classic touch, Barnali Chattopadhyay, singer. Born in Varanasi and growing up in an environment surrounded by music, it wasn't unnatural for classical singer Barnali Chattopadhyay to be inclined towards singing. With formal training in music starting when she was only 3, Barnali had no doubt what she wanted to be in life. Having spent 27 years learning from the late Girija Devi of the Banaras Gharana and a few more years learning from the late Shobha Gurtu of the Jaipur Gharana, Barnali had a fabulous Hindi OTT musical debut in Sanjay Leela Bhansali's magnum opus Hiramanti that has put the spotlight firmly on her. Her mesmerizing renditions like Saiya and Phool Gendwa from the series have set Barnali's foot firmly in Bollywood terrain as she gears up to embrace all that lies ahead in her musical career.
Wonderful. Barnali, may we have you on stage, please? Barnali, I can't let you go without singing a few lines from Phool Gendwa. That's my favorite song. Unless you have another one that you'd like to sing.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Smriti ji. Thank you. So, आज मेरे लिए एक बहुत ही स्पेशल डे है. At the same time, with heavy heart, सब लोग यही बोल रहे हैं. तो मैं I'm a bad talker actually. मैं सुर में गाना चाहती हूँ because I spread happiness through my music all over the world. So, please, इजाज़त. फूल गेंदवा न मारो, न मारो, न मारो, हाँ फूल गेंदवा न मारो, लगत करजवा पे जोड़, लगत करजवा पे जोड़, न मारो, न मारो, फूल गेंदवा न मारो, न मारो, न मारो, हाँ फूल गेंदवा न मारो. थैंक यू सो मच. जो मैं गाना चाहती हूँ आज, हमें देखनी है आज़ादी, हर हाल में हम देखनी है, हम देखनी है आज़ादी। हर हाल में हम देखनी है, हम देखनी है आज़ादी। सब खुश रहें, सब अच्छा रहें। Thank you so much.
Thank you. As I said, the power and poetry of her voice is quite extraordinary. Thank you so much for being so generous with it. Great. The next Devi is Dr. Minu Budhia, mental health advocate, for her compassion for those suffering from mental illness. May we have the video, please?
Overcoming the Mind. Dr. Minu Budhia, mental health advocate. Psychotherapist, author, and TEDx speaker Dr. Minu Budhia is the founder of Caring Minds International Institute of Mental Health and OPD Clinic, I Can Fly International School, and I Can Fly Tea Cafe. As part of her outreach programs, she has personally conducted awareness workshops for over 45,000 people across schools, colleges, socio-cultural organizations, corporate organizations, the police, the army, the navy, airport officials, and more. She is also a columnist in leading newspapers and has published her first memoir, Death of a Caterpillar, and is currently working on her second. As a mental health advocate and pioneering force for change, Dr. Minu Budhia has been working tirelessly for over 15 years, dedicating her life to providing accessible mental health services to all.
Dr. Budhia, may we have you on stage, please? It's so nice to see everyone's families out here to support all our Devis. Wonderful. Thank you. A round of applause to the families as well. Dr. Budhia, may I ask you what drew you to mental health much before it became part of the national conversation? What was it that drew you to advocating mental wellness?
Respected Smriti ji, thank you New Indian Express Group for bestowing this prestigious award on me. This energizes my team who has been with me since beginning. I am a special mother of a special daughter. So I started Caring Minds when my daughter was 3 years old. So when I started, nobody in my family in Kolkata knew M of mental health. So when I started, nobody took me seriously. They thought she has just started as a hobby of an industrialist wife, but I was here to stay. So I started tirelessly work on mental health. Now when I look back 11 years down the line, I am happy that my family believed in me, and as I heal others, I heal myself. So I'm really happy that I work tirelessly on mental health. Thank you.
I'm here to stay. I think that's the operative part that I took away from what you said. It's very difficult to stay the course sometimes. There's so many challenges, right? What propelled you throughout?
Pardon?
What propelled you throughout? What drove you throughout your journey? Was it your daughter?
Because actually when I got to know that my daughter was diagnosed with low IQ and ADHD, so I went into severe depression, and actually, I was going to commit suicide. So, but God has different plans for me. And I went back and I went with her all over the world for her treatments, diagnosis, treatment पे treatment, diagnosis पे diagnosis. मैं ये भूल गई कि मेरी बेटी पे क्या बीत रही है. मैंने अपनी खुशी के लिए करते रही. फिर एक दिन जब पता समझ आया कि मैं खुश हूँ तो मेरा परिवार खुश है. बस उस दिन से मुझे अपना सपना याद आया कि मैं डॉक्टर बनना चाहती थी. उसी दिन से मैंने मेंटल हेल्थ के बारे में पढ़ना चालू किया. और पता नहीं क्यों मुझे लगा कि आई थिंक मेरी बेटी जो है मेरी एक प्रेरणा है. भगवान ने मुझे भेजा है कुछ करने के लिए. तो उसी दिन से पढ़ना चालू किया और बहुत सारे सर्टिफिकेट्स लिए. पहले अपने आप को स्ट्रॉन्ग बनाया पढ़ाई में. उसके बाद ये नहीं था कि मैं खाली caring mind, I was just a proprietor. No, I studied myself. I became a mental health professional. Then I became a student counselor. And जब मैं वेलव्यू क्लिनिक में साइकोथेरापिस्ट बनी तब मुझे रियलाइज़ हुआ कि कलकत्ता में कोई भी ऐसा क्लिनिक नहीं है जहाँ मेंटल हेल्थ सर्विसेज एक ही छत के नीचे है. देयर वर डिंजी क्लिनिक्स. देयर वाज नो रेस्पेक्ट एंड डिग्निटी टू अ मेंटल इल पेशेंट. अगर कोई को जाना होता तो समझ ही नहीं आता था कहाँ जाए. छोटे छोटे कोने कोने में छिपे हुए रहते थे. सो एट केयरिंग माइंड्स वी गेव रेस्पेक्ट एंड डिग्निटी टू मेंटल इल पेशेंट्स. आज हम लोग सर उठा के जा सकते हैं. केयरिंग माइंड हैज़ बिकम ए पायनियर in giving all these patients a respect.
Thank you so much for that. Thank you. Very well said. Our next Devi is Sarmistha Maiti, filmmaker, for the art and craft of her storytelling. May we have the video, please?
Filming life, Sarmistha Maiti, filmmaker. A filmmaker and an alumna of Satyajit Ray Film and Television Institute SRFTI, India, Sarmistha Maiti received her first National Film Award for the feature-length documentary film At the Crossroads, Nandan Bagchi Life and Living at the 61st National Film Awards in 2013. Sarmistha has written and directed several documentary films, short fiction films, PSAs, animation films, and new media films. Last year, her debut full-length feature film, Kal Pokho, also called House of Time, co-directed by Rajdeep Pal, bagged the award for the Best Bengali Film at the National Film Awards 2023. Now ready with her second film, Mon Potongo, Sarmistha's unique and impactful content for cinema has only just begun.
May we have you on stage, please, Sarmistha. A little louder applause would be most welcome. Are we already so tired? Come on, Calcutta. This is the difficult part. Mr. Chawla has to bear the burden. Thank you. Sarmistha, may I ask you how it is to work in partnership with Rajdeep? Who does the storytelling? Who does the dialogue? Who does what? Maybe have the focus on Rajiv. He's very sweetly taking a video of Sarmistha.
I'm fortunate enough to have one such work partner, co-creator, who I joined at SRFTI. And we started working together from a film school, which still continues, and we are a filmmaker duo known as Rajdeep Paul Sarmistha Maiti. So from there, it is a collaborative work. We fight to the best of our spirit to get the best in cinema. So it is always argumentative to lead to that level. And today here, standing in such a hard-hitting time, in fact, where it is very much poignant as well as perturbing, I really express my heartfelt thanks to the New Indian Express Group, to Sir, to Ma'am, to Sarmistha and her entire team, to give me this recognition, which I, on behalf of both Rajdeep and Sarmistha, take this honor. And I think there is a time to redefine the concept of Devi, because Devi resides in all of us, as well as the devil also resides in all of us. So, somewhere between the dichotomy of divinity and bestiality, the humanity is hanging in death crisis. We need to restore humanity. We need to regain the spirit of humanity, which is the call of the day. So, as a filmmaker, as a storyteller, I narrate tales of life, love, equality, justice, and beyond. And this Devi Award is once again a token of appreciation, encouragement for us to continue with a pursuit of dream, with a tenacity, with a spirit of not giving up, and breaking boundaries and brackets of gender, sexual orientation, creed, color, age, profession, whatever. As an individual, every one of us has the right to live with dignity and pride. So this Devi Award should be a celebration of that. Thank you.
Wonderfully said. Thank you so much.
And last but not the least, Smriti ma'am, my mother is super excited today because I'm receiving the award from you. I was in JU hostel when Kyunki Saas Bhi Kabhi Bahu Thi used to come, and no, I should share this because I'm sharing this podium with you. We did not have cable channel in the JU ladies hostel at that point of time. So in the STD booth, I used to stand for hours to listen to the whole week's episodes from my mother. She was in Panipat refinery at that point of time. And today she asked me, do you still have that blue sari, the Tulsi brand sari? I do have it, ma'am. So, yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much, everyone sitting here. It's an honor for me to be here today. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So well said, so beautiful. Thank you. Do you still have that sari, Ms. Irani? Do you still have it? The Tulsi saris? Acha.
That was the producer's, it was duly given back.
Okay, the next Devi is Preeti Patel, dancer, for her reinterpretation of tradition. May we have the video, please?
Dancing in the Light, Preeti Patel, dancer. Preeti Patel was initiated into the world of dance at the age of 5 and received her training from eminent Manipuri dance gurus, late Guru Bipin Singh and the Jhaveri sisters. She then went on to take lessons in the pre-Vaishnavite dance forms of Thangta and Laiharava, the martial and ritualistic forms of the Manipuri dance traditions respectively. With the intention of imparting education in this unique dance tradition, she laid the foundation of a school called Anjika in Kolkata in 1995, which has a dual curriculum that includes movement therapy for children suffering from cerebral palsy. The graceful dance exponent, who is also a Fulbright Fellow, has received several honors, including the prestigious Sangeet Natak Academy Award.
May I request Preeti please to come on stage? I'm sorry to be so shallow, but I was so struck by what Preeti was wearing, especially around her neck, that I wanted her to talk a little about it. She's wearing many Devis around her neck. So, Preeti, would you tell us a little about them?
Namaskar, Smriti ji. Namaskar. Today is really, I'm truly very overwhelmed to be here and to receive this honor. I'm a Devi Bhakt, and yes, I thought it was nice to wear the Durga and Chamunda and Saraswati and Lakshmi around me. It's a kavach also. So that is one thing. And today, there has been a lot of sadness in all of us. And as I said, as my friend before me said, that there is a Devi in all of us and also the Asur. And I pray that the Devi rises to bring back that peace and prosperity. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And thank you for all the work that you're doing with special children with Manipuri dance. Yes. Want to tell us a little bit about it?
I was trained in the Guru Shishya Parampara. So and I went to the ashram in Manipur and trained. And all our gurus, they go by the Natya Shastra that, a dancer should look in a certain way and, have a certain, beauty and everything. So when I went to the Indian Institute of Cerebral Palsy, it was a revelation that everyone can dance.
Right.
It's not just that some people can, and that's how they taught me how to teach them. So that was the most wonderful experience, and I'm still continuing to dance with them.
Wonderful.
But before I leave, I just want to say one thing, that when I choreographed Chitrangada, which is Tagore's dance drama, then the last part, when Chitrangada says that Ami Chitrangada Rajendra Nandini, Nahi Devi, Nahi Shomano Nari. Don't put me, I'm not a goddess and neither am I an ordinary woman. Don't put me on a pedestal and don't put me down or behind. Make me your equal. And that's my power, to be as equal as anyone.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
I think there's so much wisdom in what everyone is saying. My heart is really full, and I hope yours is too. Our next Devi is Dr. Preeti Ganatra, alternative medicine practitioner, for the hope her healing offers. May we have the video, please?
Healing and Hope. Dr. Preeti Ganatra, alternative medicine practitioner. Dr. Preeti Ganatra, a certified medical practitioner specializing in alternative medicine for over 20 years, has a number of qualifications. Her wide knowledge and experience allow her to adopt both individual as well as hybrid treatment methods across Chinese acupuncture, electroacupuncture, cosmetic acupuncture, auricular acupuncture, and detoxification, among others, to suit the needs of each individual. Recognized as the Suzhou Practitioner of the Year in 2011, she has treated thousands of patients across age groups and backgrounds, including celebrities, for multiple ailments, including neurological disorders, diabetes, thyroid, hypertension, and spinal problems. Her clinic is often the last hope for many serious medical cases, including post-COVID-19 and post-cancer therapy complications.
Dr. Ganatra, can we have you on stage, please? Dr. Ganatra, just a quick question. Do you still face skepticism about alternative medicine? Do people still say, I mean, after all, how can this help?
First of all, I would like to thank the jury members of the New Indian Express to honor me with this award. As Minu ma'am said right now about the mental disorders, actually from my childhood, I was always an observer. So I used to think that why one has to take medicine and they are just managing the disease, right? So as she spoke about the mental illness, I can tell you each member or each person present here is going through some mental turbulence, emotional turbulence, what I would say. Maybe it is anxiety, maybe sadness, or whatever it is. And 99% of the diseases are due to the emotional imbalance. Like, for example, if I say, if somebody gets anxious, like if I speak about my father when we used to go to college and all, so we had a time limit to come back home. And if we don't come back on time, and he used to get anxious and immediately used to have loose motions or something like that, right? I hope you all will agree to this. So I always I was very intrigued by the therapy, and I always wanted to understand that why we cannot remove an illness from the root cause. I tell you something, I was really surprised to see I had a case who had vaginal wart, and there is no cause behind it. All the reports and everything were normal. And I just asked her one question, that are you having any problem in your relationship? Immediately she said yes. And then believe me, I did not work on the vaginal wart, but I worked on balancing her emotions, and the warts disappeared.
Wonderful. May you have many more such successes. Thank you so much.
And I just would like to take 1 minute of everyone. As Smriti ma'am just some time back said that whatever is happening in the town, and we women should help each other and be a voice for each other. And as Barnali ma'am just sung 2 lines about Hame Azadi Chahiye. So for me, I feel each woman is a Devi, because we are the creators on earth. When we can give life, so we all Devis when get together, what not we can do. Yes. And I think ma'am hame azadi zarur dekhne milegi. Thank you.
Thank you so much. The next Devi is Tiash Mukarji, animal welfare activist, for the love she gives those who love us but cannot express it. May we have the video, please?
Voice of the Voiceless. Tiash Mukarji, animal welfare activist. Tiash Mukarji is an animal welfare activist who co-founded Animal Rescue and Care, ARC, a shelter-cum-hospital for rescued and homeless dogs, cats and birds in 2014. The main objective of the organization is to create a better world for our voiceless friends by spreading awareness among people and sensitizing them so that humans live in harmony with the lesser privileged species and defend their right to live. With countless helpless animals rescued by her for over a decade, Tiash has about 150 animals currently in the shelter, and she undertakes numerous rescue operations and primarily works in the interiors of Diamond Harbour, Joka and Thakurpukur area of Behala in Kolkata.
Tiash, can we have you on stage, please, quickly? Thank you. Come. Tiash, so are you a dog person or a cat person?
Yeah, I am more of a dog person actually.
What is it about dogs that you love so much?
Huh? What?
What is it about dogs that you love so much?
Oh yeah. First of all, I am very thankful. I am very grateful actually because of all these years of work. There was no reward actually. What we have faced is only criticism, a lot of criticism, and right now also, because majority of people are very, very insensitive towards the needs of the voiceless friends, and they can't talk, they can't ask for their rights, and that is the main reason we are working for them. And dogs, the main thing is their trust and their companionship without asking for anything in return.
Yeah.
That is the main thing that motivated me to work for them.
Every dog parent will agree with that. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. The next Devi now, Damini Beni Basu, actor and trainer, for the rigor and discipline she brings to acting. May we have the video on her, please?
The art of acting. Damini Beni Basu, actor and trainer. There are very few artists across the world who can reprise life on screen as naturally as it happens in reality. Damini Beni Basu is one of them. Raised on stage by two revered theatre practitioners, Kaushik and Bhodro Basu, Damini has devised her life in such a clever way that she is never actually away from her art. She is either teaching students or acting. Her latest act as Shobitri Mondal in Indronil Rai Chaudhury's debut Bengali web show Chotolok left the audience in awe. The gritty actor, who prefers quality over quantity, has also been seen in Kaushik Ganguly's hit films Ardhangini and Jeshtu Putro, as well as Indrashish Acharya's Patel. Thoroughly trained in the Eric Morris system of beyond method acting by Eric Morris himself in Hollywood, Damini is accredited by the International Coaching Federation and is a guest faculty at the National School of Drama, Delhi and IIM, Calcutta.
Damini, may we have you on stage, please? Wonderful. Show some love, guys. Come on, come on. Damini, would you like to say something about method acting? I think you have to look that way. Yeah. Damini is not used to getting direction. She's used to giving direction.
I would like to take a session about method acting, but I don't think this is the right time.
No.
Since I have a mic in my hand, and if you would allow me, I'd like to say something else.
Of course,
if that's
please
all
do.
right. I have a Devi Award in one hand from my city, and in my other hand, there's an invisible can of worms. But still, I would like to believe that my city is not broken. I've been thinking about a few lines, and I'm sure we all grew up hearing these lines because they are very close to our heart. If you know these lines, then say it with me. तू ना थकेगा कभी, तू ना थमेगा कभी, तू ना मुड़ेगा कभी, कर शपथ, कर शपथ, कर शपथ.
Agnipath, Agnipath, Agnipath.
Agnipath. You saw the rallies, right? You saw the gatherings. Did it not remind you of the lines, ये महान दृश्य है, चल रहा मनुष्य है, अश्रु श्वेत रक्त से, लथपथ, 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 अग्निपथ, अग्निपथ, अग्निपथ. It's a long and winding road. It's a difficult road. It will not have any kind of instant gratification that we are so used to, and definitely not for difficult movements. I know this because I've been working really hard and fighting for the rights for artists and the kind of same demands that we have had around workspaces. Since the popular word on the street, in the air right now is justice, I would also like for you to remember, because there are very influential people in this room right now, and out of the hundreds of you, even if 2 people remember this, that this is the right time to open the dialogue and talk about things which are problematic, have the difficult conversations right now, not only redressal or justice, but let us also focus on prevention and prohibition. Kar shapath, kar shapath, kar shapath.
Agnipath, Agnipath, Agnipath. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Damini. That was really very profound. Yes, thank you. I think she deserves a particular round of applause. Quickly on to the next Devi now, Mala Pal, idol maker for the Devi who sculpts the Devi. May we have the video on her, please?
In the name of the goddess, Mala Pal, idol maker. Mala Pal started making small idols from the age of 14 at her family studio despite reservations of her father and family elders. It was only in 1986, when her father passed away, that Mala started assisting her brother in idol making. Soon after, she was invited by a National Handicrafts and Handloom Museum to make 2 Durga idols and 1 Kali idol. Later, the museum authorities also enrolled her in an advanced painting course, and she returned to Kolkata after 6 months of training. A recipient of several awards, Mala specializes in miniature, small and foldable idols. She also runs a training school called Mala Paler Thakur Gorar Pathshala, with 42 students currently under her wings. Right now, she is working on a 2-foot tall fiber Durga idol, which will fly to the US soon.
Maladi, please. Aye. मालादी, आप कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे?
इन्हीं बांग्लाয় কথা বলবেন, আপনি বাংলা জানেন?
হ্যাঁ, প্লিজ।
মানে প্রত্যেকটা মানুষকে আমি জানাচ্ছি, সবাইকে আমি বলছি, আমি যে দেবী অ্যাওয়ার্ডটা নিতে এসেছি এটা আমার খুব ভালো লাগছে। কারণ সারাদিন সকাল থেকে রাত্রির অবধি যে পরিশ্রমটা আমি করি, কোনোদিন ঠিক টাইম মতো আমি বাড়িতে পৌঁছাতে পারি না। কারণ আমি দেবী অ্যাওয়ার্ড নিচ্ছি, কেন আনন্দ জানেন? আমিও সবসময় দেবী তৈরি করছি, দেশ বিদেশ চারিদিকে দিচ্ছি। এমনকি এটা করার পরও আমার একটা স্কুল আছে, মালা পালের পাঠশালা, সেখানে আমার 40 থেকে 50টা বাচ্চা আছে। কেউ যদি পয়সা দিতে পারে তারাও শিখবে, আর কেউ যদি পয়সা না দিতে পারে তারাও শিখবে। হ্যাঁ, এটা আমার একটা খুবই আনন্দ। আর একটা কথা বলছি, আমি কুমোরটুলির মেয়ে, কুমোরটুলিকে জানাচ্ছি আমি অশেষ ধন্যবাদ। আমি কুমোরটুলিতে শিল্প বিক্রি হতে দেখেছি, শিল্প তৈরি হতে দেখিনি। আমি তাই চাইছি যে কিছু শিল্প আমি তৈরি করব, করে আমার মতো আরও শিল্পী তৈরি হোক, এটাই আমি চাইছি। আর একটা কথা আমি বলে দিচ্ছি, যদি কেউ আপনাদের মধ্যে শিল্পী হতে চান তাহলে আমার কাছে কুমোরটুলিতে যাবেন। যদি পয়সা দিতে পারেন শিখবেন, পয়সা না দিতে পারলেও শিখবেন। আমি এই ধরনের স্কুল করেছি। আর একটা কথা, যে সারা দিন আমি দোকানের মধ্যে কাটাই আর চারিদিকে দেবদেবী তৈরি করি, তাই আমি দেবী অ্যাওয়ার্ডটা নিতে এসেছি। আমার আনন্দ হবে না? আর একটা কথাও আমি বলছি সবাইকে, যে দেবী হচ্ছে একটা নারী, সেই দেবীর যেন অসম্মান না হয়। যা শুনছি না এগুলো ভালো লাগছে না, যেন দেবীরা দেবীর সম্মান পায় আর মেয়েরা কোনো দিন মানে অসম্মান হতে যেন না দেখি। যা দেখেছি এটা ঠিক দেখিনি, যেন সবাই ভালোভাবে আমরা বাঁচতে পারি। কুমোরটুলি, মালা পাল।
Wonderful. Thank you, Maladi. আমিও শিখবো idol making next time. The next Devi is Pallavi Singhee, fashion designer, for her fearless fashion. May we have the video on her, please?
A fine cut. Pallavi Singhee, fashion designer. A radical amalgamation of traditional heritage and modern elements, Pallavi Singhee's 13-year-old label Verb represents the constant state of flux that the fashion world is in, but with a timeless twist to the same. The Kolkata-based designer, who has been worn by such Bollywood celebs as Kareena Kapoor Khan, Sonam Kapoor, Raveena Tandon, Taapsee Pannu and Preeti Singh, among others, is hailed for making clothes that are seasonless and can be worn years later without the risk of being outdated. Swish and stylish with an element of funk added to them, her designs are always about heritage, culture and diversity of styles and fabrics put across in a playful manner.
Pallavi, may we have you on stage? How does Kolkata inspire you, Pallavi? How's your fashion influenced by the city?
Sorry, I didn't hear you. How does Kolkata inspire you? I think Calcutta is a land of heritage, culture, and there is so much history here. There are so many artists here. The craftsmen of the country come from Calcutta. If you go anywhere from Delhi to Bombay to anywhere in the country, all jewelry craftsmen, all clothing craftsmen, all karigars, all adda boys, anybody, even all the people who make furniture, mostly they all hail from Calcutta. So really it's a place filled with inspiration, and that's how it inspires me.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. The next Devi, we have three more to go. The next Devi is Mukul Agarwal, heritage conservationist, for reclaiming history from its ruins. May we have the video on her, please, quickly.
Restoring History, Mukul Agarwal, Heritage Conservationist. Founder trustee of Calcutta Heritage Collective, Mukul Agarwal studied architecture at CEPT, Ahmedabad. She always had a natural bent towards architecture of all kinds, traditional and contemporary. Living in Kolkata, she was intrigued by the beautiful structures built in the 19th and 20th centuries. So she felt she needed to give back to her city by preserving and finding ways of adaptive reuse of the built heritage. That apart, she recently stepped up to manage 2 family hotels in Goa and Jaipur. Mukul is also the former president of the Ladies Study Group and part of the recently formed 5-member National Council of Ladies Study Group.
Mukul, may we have you on stage, please? Mukul, if there was one building or institution that you'd like to restore in Kolkata, what would it be?
Sorry?
If there was one building or institution in Kolkata that you'd like to restore, what would it be that you haven't got your hands on as yet?
Not only one, there are thousands. There are thousands in Kolkata that we from Calcutta Heritage Collective would like to restore, and it cannot be done without the help of all our citizens.
And yeah, if I have to actually look at only one, I would probably look at the Writers' Building.
Right.
That is absolutely astounding. Maybe it could also be the High Court. Both would kind of vie with each other.
Are these all, which century, 19th or 20th century buildings?
19th, 20th, I'm not exactly sure, but I think it's their 20th because colonial times,
Right.
their period, yeah. So,
great.
But thank you so much. Thank you, Kaveri. Thank you, the New Indian Express. I'm I'm truly honored and humbled and grateful for the award. But like all the other speakers before me, all the Devis before me have kind of expressed with mixed feelings today. Smriti ji spoke very beautifully, and I know we all are feeling like that. I don't want to not feel happy, but honestly, not too happy. And Damini, I would like to say Calcutta will rise, Calcutta will not break. We are all here, we will ensure that. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. The next Devi of the day, the penultimate, is perhaps the youngest ever. Preeti Panigrahi, actor, for her intuitive performance in Girls Will Be Girls, which I hope you all get to see soon. It's a marvelous movie which did wonderfully at Sundance. May we have the video on Preeti, please?
Rising star, Preeti Panigrahi, actor. A student of animation at Satyajit Ray Film and Television Institute, Kolkata, young actor Preeti Panigrahi played the lead character Meera in the 2024 Sundance Award-winning film Girls Will Be Girls, for which she won the World Cinema Dramatic Special Jury Award for acting. A recipient of the National Bal Shri Honour by the Human Resource Development Ministry of India for her excellence in the field of theatre in 2015, Preeti is making her own animated short film and aspires to make a mark in filmmaking, embracing any role that allows her to bring stories to life.
Preeti, may we have you on stage, please? She's so small, she gets lost. Come. Preeti's mother is a headmistress, by the way, so that's why she's so disciplined.
So Preeti is showing me a picture of us together 10 years ago.
Really? Wonderful. Preeti, may I quickly ask you, since you've just moved from Delhi to Kolkata, how has the city been to you? How is it treating you as a young student? We have to allow the photographers to do their business first, otherwise they get very angry. Preeti?
I'll just give. Yes. I think one special thing about coming to Kolkata is that it's the first time I am trying to live independently and on my own, leaving my parents' nest.
More power to her.
And I think the way my parents have raised me is that, they're here by the way and they're filming. The way they've raised me is that they've always asked me कि तुम्हें क्या करना है. And as parents who are raising young daughters, it's very important to ask them what you want to do rather than deciding for them. And the whole Kolkata experience is taking my own decisions and living on my own, fighting my own battles. And I'm really, really grateful for everything the city has taught me. And I will take a lot from all of this experience.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Preeti. And I do hope you do even better than you're doing now. Yes. The last Devi of the evening, but again, wonderful woman, Sanhita, an artist, for her total dedication to the Baul life. May we have the video on her, please?
Bathed in Baul colors, Sanhita, artist. Sanhita has dedicated her life to the philosophies of Baul. She not only celebrates Baul philosophy through her paintings, but also lives it. A painter, her creations are inspired by the ethos of Sanatana Dharma. Having spent over 15 years with Baul Fakirs, she intends to spend the rest of her life in their proximity in a serene ashram in Birbhum called Kolub Riverside Retreat on the banks of Ojor River. She is also part of Tarkatas, a creative organization that specializes in art-led CSR strategies.
Sanhita, may we have you on stage, please? Sanhita, would you like to say a few words to the audience today? I'm making Smriti do all the work for me. Thank you. Thank you. Would you like to say a few words, Sanhita?
ধন্যবাদ জানাই আজকে এমন একটা পুরস্কারের জন্য আমাকে মনোনীত করা হয়েছে। আজকের দিনটা খুব আনন্দের ছিল, কারণ এই শব্দটার সাথে, দেবী শব্দটার সাথে আমরা এই দেশের মানুষ ওতপ্রোতভাবে জড়িয়ে, বহু ইমোশন, বহু ভালো লাগা এর সাথে জড়িয়ে আছে। কিন্তু অদ্ভুতভাবে আজকে মনের সেই আনন্দটার উপরে সবারই একটা কালো ছায়া যেন ঘিরে আছে। তো এই অ্যাওয়ার্ডটা হাতে নিয়ে আমি মেয়েদের বলতে চাই, জানাতে চাই যে দেবী হয়ে প্রতিটি মেয়ে আসে, কিন্তু বেশিরভাগ মেয়ে জানতেও পারে না তার সেই দেবী শক্তির প্রতিষ্ঠা হলো না, তার আগেই সে চলে যায়। তো আমরা যদি চাই এই দেবী শক্তির জাগরণ প্রতিটি নারীর ভেতরে হতে পারে, এবং নারীই পারে মানুষের মনুষ্যত্ব আবার ফিরিয়ে আনতে। মানুষ ক্রমশ পশুবৎ হয়ে উঠছে, দেখা যাচ্ছে কষ্ট প্রতিটি নারীর চোখে মুখে, যে কোনো বয়সের। আজকে শুধু আবেদন জানাবো, প্রকৃত স্বাধীনতার সুখ আমরা যেন অনুভব করে যাই একটা ছোট্ট জীবনে। এই সুখ শুধুমাত্র সমাজের একটা শ্রেণীর নয়, বা শুধুমাত্র কোনো লিঙ্গ বিশেষে শুধু পুরুষের নয়। এই স্বাধীনতা নারীরও, মুক্ত হয়ে বাঁচার তাগিদ আমাদের সকলের ভেতরে। প্রতিটি নারীকে দেবী রূপে দেখতে চাই। ধন্যবাদ জানাই।
Thank you. May I now request all the Devis to come to the stage with their trophies for a photo op. Sanhita, please stay here. Can all the Devis come to the stage, please? And may I request Lakshmi Menon to come and give the vote of thanks as they assemble here. Thank you, Lakshmi. A huge round of applause for all the Devis. I think they much deserved. Please. A little lively, folks. Thank you.
As we come to the end of the 27th edition of the Devi Awards, on behalf of the New Indian Express Group, I extend a big thank you to our chief guest, Smriti Rani ji, for being here to honor all our Devis, for sharing her thoughts, for speaking from her heart and inspiring us as always. Our heartfelt gratitude to all our Devis, because of whom we've gathered here today to celebrate their incredible journey of hope, determination, grit, and success. Their wonderful body of work is going to inspire a lot of other women to dream big and follow their dreams. A big thank you to our sponsors, presenting partner Adani, associate partner Senco Gold and Diamonds, Life Insurance Corporation of India, celebration partner Radico, gift partners Oli, Ahuja Sons, and Selwell for making this possible. Last but not the least, a big thank you to all of you, all the guests here who've come today. And today, it's more important than any other day to celebrate the lives and the journeys of all our Devis. Until we meet again next year with another batch of incredible Devis and celebrate their life journeys. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lakshmi.
Joy.
Great. So, as we take the pictures, can we have the cake wheel here? Excuse me, lady and gentlemen, could you have the cake wheel here? Yeah. One last little thing of the day, Mr. Chawla, Mr. Chawla, Ms. Irani, and Joyita Sen of Senco, and Ms. Menon, can you all please cut this cake? Devi's also, wonderful. It's a special cake got to us today from Fleury's, so please. Joyita, can you please join us? Hi. It's okay. Mr. Chawla, please do the honors. Yeah. May the Devi Awards flourish and continue for long. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. You've been a wonderful audience, even if we've tested your patience a little. May we all find the Devi and divine in all of us, within us. Please enjoy yourselves now. Thank you so much. And do come again next year. Bye. Thank you. Some applause for your host of the evening. Thank you.